My first stopover was Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then that was an 8-hour flight to Abu Dhabi before the second flight to Narita. I cried from Murtala Mohammed Airport down to Abu Dhabi. Hello guys, welcome back to Chilo Talks. This is your girl Joma, aka Chilo. I'm just so happy, guys. Don't mind me, don't blame me. I'm so happy that you are back on my channel today. So let's try something new. Since I'm going to give you a story about how I came to Japan and why Japan, let me try my Japanese skills. Watashi wa namae wa Chioma desu. Chilo wa toyonde kure. Oh my god, my tongue. Let's not try that thing because I will just fail. So guys, as I said, welcome back to Chilo Talks. And if it's your first time of tuning into my channel, trust me, you need to click that subscribe button because you're in for a very long journey of content creation and fun. So guys, today I would like to really talk about a very pressing topic. So many people that have gone through my profile keep asking questions like why Japan, how did you go to Japan, and all those things. So let's just say today is story time. So about why Japan, that will be the last question at the end of this video, so you really want to stay tuned so that you don't miss the answer. And for the main story of how I came to Japan, I'm going to be throwing in lots of pictures as I'm talking, so it will not be like my previous videos where I put the pictures at the end, so you want to watch and see how this goes. I'm just so happy, guys. So this was in 2000 and now to my story. This was in 2000 and I think that was 2017 when I first heard of the Japanese scholarship, the MEC scholarship offer. But fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of everything did not allow me to apply for it. And I lied, or will I say I hid under the disguise of the fact that I wanted to do my NYSC. So when I was on my NYSC, so this was 2016 when I graduated, I first heard of it. So when I was on my NYSC in 2017, I finally decided to apply for the MEC scholarship. At this point, if you have watched my previous video or scholarships, what you should know, you realize that I had my doubts about scholarships. If you've not watched that video, go and watch it. I had my doubts about scholarships, so I applied for it, but in my head I'm just like, see, I'm going to still hustle for work here because I was serving in University of Lagos. So I'm like, I'm still going to hustle for work in Lagos in case these people want to use me and do the more you look the less you see kind of things. So I applied for that scholarship, then I sent my documents. I was shortlisted for the exam, and then I wrote it in January. In February they gave me a feedback, and everything was just moving so fast, like movie, like a film. And then because I had my doubts and reservations about scholarships, not because I hate it though, there's nobody that doesn't like free thing, but because I just felt at that point I was so naive. I just felt like, okay, these people could wake up and change their mind. So on my end in Lagos there, I was still hustling for jobs. I was still jumping all the buses. I was really hustling hard. I'm like, I need to have a plan B. I'm not just going to rest on the fact that these people said they are going to give me the scholarship. So around June, will I say it's June or May, everything started looking very real because at this point I had sent a junk load of documents to Japan, and there were so many back and forth emails already from the university. It was beginning to look real. Even my family were all thinking it was joke because when I told them, they were like, okay, let's see how this goes and all those things. So when it really dawned on me, guys, was when I went to Abuja to the embassy in my time. That was where it dawned on me that you're going to Japan. Do you get? So when it now really hits me hard, the more was when my visa was ready. Yeah. I remember that was also the day they got back to me via mail that my visa was ready, but then I was supposed to like come and get it when they are doing the send forth, because they did like a send forth for us at the embassy. So when they told me by that my visa was ready, I just decided, okay, I quit my work in Lagos and went back to my parents' Bay City to like officially tell them, bringing things now. You don't just tell some things on phone like, I'm going, So I decided to like officially go back home and like inform them that this thing is really real. At least spend some time with them and then leave after like 2 weeks, I think, or so. So I spent 2 weeks with my family. I bought some things, mothers now, food stuff. And then this idea about Japan, that Japan, like so many people exaggerate things about Japan. I was on that table. If you've watched my frequently asked questions about Japan, you will get where I'm coming from and the things that, so there is nothing we did not buy. There's nothing we did not buy. We bought cabin biscuits, we bought granuts, we bought peanuts, we bought palm oil was pouring inside small container. In my head, I'm like, these guys are not gonna have what I'm gonna eat. So then I had to go back to Lagos because I left from Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, and a week before my final departure was the send forth party at the embassy of Japan. And guys, when I saw my visa, it dawned on me. I'm like, I'm going to Japan. I felt really indifferent at that point because it was emotions of fear, uncertainty, first time outside Nigeria, that's my home country, first time abroad. So many emotions were actually going through my head at that point, but I was like, okay, let's see where this leads. So I went back to Lagos, like cleaned up my apartment because I wasn't going to renew the rent. And then my family came into Lagos, I think, to officially see me off at the airport. Background story, guys. I used to think, not I used to think, my siblings were teasing me then that because me and my mom are really close, like the way I say this thing, so but truly me and my mom are really close. So my siblings were all like, that this one you are traveling and she's coming to Lagos with all that, she's going to cry, mommy will cry, mommy is going to cry. So me, I was already forming the important child that they will cry for. So I was forming Jagaban. You understand? In that Lagos, when they all came, I was forming, I'm packing this, I'll send this back with 2 people, this one. At this point, my mother's eyes were still white, so she wasn't crying. I said maybe it's the next day at the airport that she's going to cry. We reached the airport and my family, my siblings, guys, I went by 6. I went very early for somebody like me, for Chilo. I went early. But because of all the bobo tibo we bought, palm oil, there's something we did not buy, honestly. Utazi, oziza, okpeyi, and I really underestimated Japan. So my luggage kept us. Like, they kept weighing and reweighing. And before you know what was happening, I was the last person on the queue. They legit started calling my name like somebody hasn't, like, that thing they say logged into the flight or something. But then at this point, my mother was still not crying, guys. It was now beginning to be like, I have to be the bigger one. You see, bigger one, but love no dey form. So the hugs and everything, I started crying. Like, she was not the one pushing me. Go now, stop crying. Go, don't worry. It's not like we are dying. Go. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I entered the flight and I had so many good people. Like, favor was on my side. From the airport, I had people that were clearing road. Like, just clearing road. Congratulations. Which country? Japan. The same expression of why Japan and all those good stuffs. And then I entered the flight. It's like the pilot even knew that the person they were carrying is a crybaby. I had maximum space. Guys, I cried. My first stopover was Dubai, Abu Dhabi. And then that was an 8-hour flight to Abu Dhabi before the second flight to Narita. I cried from Murtala Mohammed Airport down to Abu Dhabi. I changed posture. When I cry, I'll lie down like this. When I do, I stand up. I watch television. I go to the restroom. Asha was just crying. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I was very naive. I was young, and this was my first time leaving Nigeria, my family, everything. But Shasha, I reached Abu Dhabi and it dawned on me, Chilo, you have to grow, hustle your load. So all this cry is for what? You want to go back? So I kind of just cheered up and then started. I'll put pictures. You see my swollen eyes, and I just like I entered the next flight. It was more congested. People were really flying down to Japan, so yeah, I couldn't even cry like that. I was forming big gag. No, nobody got to know that it was my first time on an international flight. We got not to four hands, but that's not even the issue. But I didn't cry again. I finally reached Japan, and the first thing that hit me was the weather. See, you can really never be so prepared for the weather in this Bodo Yubotin, especially when you're coming in autumn or winter or fall. Like, I was wearing a sweater, you get me, but there was just this swift change. Even my body knew that. Where did you take me to? This girl, where are you? So yeah, the cold was first hit me, and that was just how life started in Japan. Most of the things I underestimated was not necessary, like bringing cabin biscuits, bringing some things were not. If you've watched that frequently asked questions, you understand what I'm talking about. But I'm grateful I had things to start off with before I found my footing. Now about the question of why Japan. If you've actually watched that frequently asked question, I want to ask you, why not Japan? Like, seriously, guys, why not Japan? Why not Japan? And so many outpour of love has been coming in from my previous video. I am really grateful that video was able to motivate you to pursue scholarships, and not just pursue it and stop this pursuing at the scholarship pursuit, but like pursuing it even after getting it, like giving it your best shot and not relaxing. And to this effect, I will do a whole video on scholarships in Japan and some other behind the scene that helped me. So you make sure to click the subscribe button and then share this video to so many people so that it can actually reach the right target and audience. When you subscribe to my channel, what you only do is just you are now available to see my content when it drops, see videos when I drop them.